Hi, I'm Jillian Desira Pesta's former intern from 2008. I was paired up with her directly after moving here, New York City, from the middle of the country, Colorado. I moved here and decided that I wanted to learn how to be a fashion designer. Desira was probably the most amazing person to learn from because she is a one-woman show. She does everything by herself. And so I was able to learn every aspect of the business. When I first started working for her, we were extremely busy, orders, multiple orders every day. And there's so much to do when you're, literally making the patterns, cutting out the patterns, sewing the garment, steaming the garment, packaging it, printing out labels, shipping it off, also dealing with the customers. I realized, while working with her that when making couture clothing, the buyer really likes to be involved. And so sometimes, 10, 15, 20 emails later, you're finally at a point where you can even start making the garment. So being in her studio was one of the most inspiring experiences I have had, professionally and personally, creatively, everything. Being in her studio, I felt like I was living in a dream. There's fabric everywhere and half-made garments and dress forms and machines, and it's so real, and it was in one of the most beautiful parts of New York in Red Hook. So coming from the Rockies, it was a completely different experience, and it has inspired me personally in a way that can't be compared to any other event. It has turned to a great friendship. She's one of my best friends in New York and in life, and it went from me learning how to sew literally to now we call each other and bounce off ideas and talk about future partnerships. And a lot of what we've experienced recently, 2 years later, is the recession has hit, and it's become extremely hard to sustain a living as a designer. We both have to make ends meet with side jobs or a lot of freelance, as opposed to having an actual line. I have seen her talent and been a part of her evolution as a designer, and she's amazing. Like, her technical skills blow my mind, especially being self-taught. There's I've never seen anyone be so ambitious and lead such a life of determination, and I think that she's gonna be huge. I think she's already bigger than she knows, and I wish her the best in the future, and hopefully I can be a part of her future.
And I'm crying. Tears.